Testing, testing. One, two, three. Hey everybody, it's Vicious here, and I'm going to do a video that's quite different from the content that I normally like to provide on my channel. And you might hate it, you might love it, you might unsubscribe, you might tell other people to subscribe, who knows. But this weighed heavy on me, and I really wanted to give my opinion on this. So, here goes nothing. So, Last of Us 2. If you haven't already read the title of my video, um, this is what the video is going to be about: The Last of Us 2, and the spoilers that were leaked a couple weeks ago. I tried my damnedest to not watch the spoilers, as I am a big fan of The Last of Us. I thought it was like a really good game. Um, and this is how I feel about The Last of Us 2 spoilers. I think I more so heard about them, and I watched a little bit of what happened. I didn't see everything that happened, but I know of what happened. So before we actually get started, spoilers, rest of the video. I'm just letting you know. Don't skip around if you don't want to be spoiled. So there's a main character that gets killed in The Last of Us 2 spoilers, and the person that kills this main character is trans. At least that's what people are assuming. It's not really confirmed. It's just a very muscular woman, as we can see from the spoilers. And that's the main thing, really. A main character gets killed by this trans person who goes by the name Abby, and we've seen Abby in another trailer before, by the way. And for a little bit, you play as Abby and you fight against Ellie, and what is soon to be Ellie's girlfriend. And a lot of people are really upset about this, because not only do you kill everybody's favorite character, but you have to fight the other protagonists, and you have to basically beat them up or beat them into submission or something along those lines. And a lot of people are saying that they're pushing an agenda of trans people being equal to everybody, which is a fact, by the way. Like, I don't fuck with you if you think that trans and gay people and women can't be just as good as a straight man. And I'm not trying to push an agenda. I'm using the air quote fingers. An agenda. It's just what it is, And I'll get back to that agenda word here in a minute. So, yeah. And people are just really disgusted by the fact that, you have to play as a character that killed one of the main characters. And I understand. I understand your contempt. I believe something like this has been done before. I can't really think of the game, but I think a lot of people are really disguising that for what they really mean. They can't stand trans people, and they can't stand to see trans people in things. Really is what it is. And they'll preface their, is that the right word? Preface? They'll preface their opinion with, I don't care what trans people do, but they're so pissed off that a trans person had the chance to do this to a main character. First of all, let me stop calling it main character. Let's just call it what it is, Joel. They're pissed off that Joel was done in, and they're pissed off at the way he was done in. Let me explain something. Joel in The Last of Us 1, I'm not sure of his age, and I'm not going to look it up, but he has a daughter, and she's about like 8 or 10 years old, or maybe she was 12. If I'm being generous, I'll say Joel is 28 years old in the beginning of The Last of Us. There's a 20-year time skip, everybody. So that'll put him at 48. How long from The Last of Us? How long is the time skip from The Last of Us 1 to The Last of Us 2? Let's say it's 8 years. I believe it's 10, but let's go with 8. That would mean Joel is 56 years old. If it's 10, he's 58, right? And you may be saying, "Oh, well, there's agile people that age." Okay, that's all well and good. Joel has been impaled, stabbed, and shot in his 50s or 40s. And again, I'm being generous. Joel could have been 35 in The Last of Us 1 in the beginning, right? 20 years later from that, I don't have to keep doing this. The motherfucker would be 55 years old. 8 years from that, like, come on, guys. He's in his 60s. So, even if he even if he got killed, we should all see this coming. Like, I saw it coming. I just didn't think it would actually happen like this. You know? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now, let's get back to that agenda word. The whole thing, I don't like people when they say agenda, because they're a certain type of person normally. It's normally a right-winged individual. If not right-winged, another subcategory, I guess you can call them, is bigots. A lot of times racist. There's a lot of people that like really don't give a fuck about anybody or anything going on in any culture except their own. And I choose to not pay attention to them. They're pushing an agenda. Neil Druckmann is friends with Anita Sarkeesian. Like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, but having a trans person in the game, Poison in Final Fight and Street Fighter is trans. And I know it can't be like, you having to play with the antagonist. You played Sonic Adventure 2. Most people have. I mean, I get it. It's not to the same scope. God damn it, I miss. I get it that it's not to the same scope of Last of Us, but come on, guys. Playing as an antagonist isn't that bad. Last of Us 2 is about a cycle of hate and vengeance. I don't think it's about breaking the cycle. No way. It's a brutal game. I really think it's more so about hate and revenge. And I think what better way to show how hateful and how much revenge you need to take out on somebody than to be the person that's causing all the damage, and to show the gamer that the antagonist is not a pushover. The antagonist is the real deal. Because look at the NPCs in The Last of Us. Like, this is a dig on the game, but they're not that intelligent, So, I think in that regard, it's kind of a smart move. But to say that they only made the character trans to prove a point, that's really fucking stupid, because there's no trans people in The Last of Us 1. There's no trans people in a lot of games, really. I mentioned to you Poison in Street Fighter. Who else you want me to bring up? Orochimaru when he became a girl? Didn't Orochimaru become a girl? Or am I mistaken? Whatever. I can't even think of another trans situation, really. Not off the top of my head. I'm sure there's more. There's Mindy Blanchard from Dishonored 2. And they didn't even say that Mindy was trans. You just had to find out by fucking, like, looking at a forum or some shit. I didn't even know that she was trans. You had to, like, read a book about it. But, anyway, I'm going to continue on with my point. Is this a Kodama? There you are, you son of a bitch. Good. Anyway, people that use agenda, like, they're really... You gotta look out for that. I looked at videos for the spoiler because I got tired of it. I was like, I want to know what happens in this game, and I want to know what the fuss is. Very first thing I run into is a motherfucker, like, more than likely, straight white man, right? Talking about affirmative action, how he hates that shit. I sat there, and I just couldn't even watch the video. I was like, oh my god, this nigga's talking about affirmative action, and... there's a trans person in the game that's actually, formidable. Grow the fuck up. There was another thumbnail where somebody posted a picture of Abby and had that stupid GameStop meme where, people, instead of calling Abby sir, like, she's supposed to say, it's ma'am. You know what I mean? That stupid ass GameStop meme. People who share that shit, people who actually think that's funny, I literally believe are fucking stupid. It's not funny. It sounds fucking like you look trash when you make fun of that situation. It's like an actual person who wants to be respected, you know, for just being who they are, and you're just making fun of them because they feel differently than how they look. That's really fucked up, King. But I say all this to say I really think that The Last of Us 2 will still be a good game. And I really can't see why it would be a bad game because there's a trans antagonist that you happen to play as. Even if Joel is dead, Joel's over 60 years old living in a world with zombies and bandits. This was going to happen one way or another. And I am not surprised. I am not surprised. And I really think that people that are surprised and shocked and appalled, really, you need to really like re-examine them because they got some underlying issues that I think need to be put out into the light, really. I'm not saying that they have to be what I said they are, but I really don't understand their point of view unless they are what I said they were. Racists, bigots, and people with no life experience that don't give a fuck about anybody else's plight or have no realization of the impact of trans people or how they feel, or they just don't give a fuck. Really is what I'm trying to say. Sorry. Like, trying to concentrate and beat this fucking monkey up. Alright, let's get that horn out of here, son. But I think that's enough for now. I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. Hopefully you guys can too. If you want to complain in the comments, go right ahead. Peace.